Why you're always a therapist's friend and how to stop attracting emotional leeches. Yes, the ever reliable, ever wise, ever drained therapist friend. The one whose phone only rings when someone's life is in shambles. Whose presence is sought not for joy, but for crisis management. Have you heard this one? You always know what to say. I just need your advice really quick. I don't know what I'd do without you. The thoughts we whisper to ourselves as we once again put aside our own exhaustion to play unpaid emotional first responder. Dearest reader, I regret to inform you, you have not been cast as a protagonist in your own life. You've been relegated to the role of background caretaker in everyone else's emotional saga. And perhaps it's time to rewrite your script. I'm Dylan Moore, author, cognitive behavior specialist, and guide through the absurd social expectations that keep people trapped in toxic dynamics. Join me as we challenge the unchallenged and launch a delightful rebellion against the emotional nonsense and absurdities we've been conditioned to tolerate. In this discourse, let's dismantle the limiting beliefs and expose the attempts of small-minded individuals who insist on gaslighting others, and call out the ludicrous psychological gymnastics that keep people lost in a labyrinth of self-imposed chaos. Today, we examine why you keep attracting emotional leeches and how to finally reclaim your peace. Why you're the default therapist friend. If your social life feels like an endless therapy practice where everyone but you gets emotional support, consider the following. You were raised to be useful. If your worth was tied to how much you could give, how much you could fix or support, you've simply continued the pattern in adulthood. You attract people who don't do their emotional work. And why would they, when you so graciously do it for them? You struggle to set boundaries because, heaven forbid, you disappoint someone by prioritizing your own emotional well-being. You're terrified of being selfish. The guilt, the anxiety, the overwhelming urge to drop everything to be the good friend, even when you're drowning. Let's be clear. You're not a free 24/7 crisis hotline, nor are you an inexhaustible well of wisdom and emotional labor. There's a hidden cost for being the therapist friend. Now, before we go any further, ask yourself this. If you stopped being the strong one, would you actually show up for you? If your friendships require you to sacrifice your own well-being, are they really friendships? If they don't call you when you need something, what does that say about their dynamic? Here's the truth. Friendships where one person is always the emotional dumping ground is not a friendship. It's a service. Now, how to stop attracting emotional leeches? Learn the art of strategic availability. No, you do not need to be on call. Stop offering solutions to problems they refuse to solve. If they don't take action, your advice is merely an echo in the void. Let them sit in their discomfort. You are not obliged to soften every blow life delivers to others. Surround yourself with people who pour into you as much as you pour into them. Friendship is meant to be mutual, not one-sided emotional extraction operation. And now, a rather scandalous truth. If your friendships have felt like a never-ending shift at the emotional support call center, it might be time to retire from your position as the on-demand crisis manager. You deserve connections that don't require you to deplete yourself just to maintain them. So, tell me, are you finally hanging up your therapist badge? Drop a like or a comment below and let's normalize friendships where everyone carries their own emotional weight. Together we rise, together we thrive. Let's rise fierce into a new life of personal power and freedom.